Good evening, everybody. It is meteorologist Ames Weather Forecast back with another weather forecast. So, guys, we are. This is gonna be my third video today. Yes, my first triple video for weather. So, guys, this is gonna be a bit more different. Not gonna be on Invest 91L as I already did a video or two videos on it today. Still one before landfall and one after landfall, and kind of what's gonna happen during landfall. This is gonna be a weather video for the severe weather for parts of the Ozarks and parts of the Indiana and Ohio Valley area. So it's going to be quite severe. We're going to have some multiple bands that can bring possible tornadoes. And we haven't, not a lot of people have really focused on this. A lot of people have been voting on Invest 91L. I can understand that. But we need to take a look at this as they can have more tornadoes in this area. So we have this big area that has active alerts in effect for this storm. So we're gonna have in this the most of the colors. We have this brownish kind of red color together. If you kind of see it, those are severe thunderstorm watches. And then in multiple counties, we have little orange ones. Those are severe thunderstorm warnings. And then in these very dark brown colors for parts of the areas, you can really see them pop out. That's where we have flash flood warnings. So those areas that can have a lot of rain very fast. And then we're going to have some special weather statements for this, but this is where we're going to have the possible severe weather for tonight. Not going to last a long time. Should be gone by tomorrow. Probably just some scattered little storms there. So that's what it's looking like in the active alerts. And of course, we have these flood watches and flash flood warnings for the Invest 91L landfall. So guys, we're going to be taking a look at the radar now. So in the next hour or so, you see these very strong bands in the Ohio Valley area. Very strong bands is moving towards the Indiana and Kentucky border. And then we have some small little bands into the more to the central Indiana area, into parts of the Missouri and Illinois area. So that's where we can have those strong bands start to intensify later on. Then we're going to have them start to break up a bit more. So we're going to have multiple bands. We're going to have just them scattered all over the area, which means a more widespread area. The Louisville area can have some severe weather. We're going to have some severe weather moving to the northern Kentucky area, even some severe weather into the Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio little area where they meet. Then severe weather for that Missouri and Illinois border, just north of St. Louis, and possible severe weather stretching to the Missouri and Kansas area, and then more stretching to the southern Missouri area. So we have a lot of areas that can have some severe weather potentially tonight. So these bands are going to start moving down to the south very fast. We're going to actually have it stretching to the Virginia area and possibly move into the Kentucky area. So again, guys, I said it's not going to last a very long time. Don't expect a huge band there. Not going to last like many days, and then we're going to have it move more into near the Jefferson City area. Very strong bands. We're going to have a low pressure system sticking around there in that Missouri area, which can produce some strong bands. And then we can have those strong bands later on by the end of tonight or more and early tomorrow morning. Have those strong bands start to be into the West Virginia area, moving down to the south into these Appalachian Mountain areas in Tennessee, North Carolina. And then by tomorrow, like I said, we're only not going to have really any rain. Just going to have some scattered little rain showers into the Ozarks and possibly into the southeast. So nothing really big onto the radar for tomorrow. So this is where we're looking at day one, which is going to be in effect for tonight into these areas. So we do reach an enhanced risk for these areas that can really have multiple bands and very strong. And then we're going to have a marginal risk stretching through a lot of land. So we're going to be taking a look at the marginal risk right now. So we have a population of 50 million people. We have Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, Nashville, Kansas City, Missouri. And then we're going to have some smaller bands start to affect in the southeast. Not really going to be that big. Just going to have some smaller ones there to the D.C. area. And then in the slight chance, we do have Columbus, Ohio. So that's where we can actually reach the most northern part of this little area. And then we're going to have Charlotte, North Carolina, Cleveland, Ohio, Virginia Beach, and Raleigh, North Carolina. And then the enhanced risk is where we can have the worst of it today in these areas. So we're going to have a population of about 7 million if you round it up. We're going to have Indianapolis, Indiana, St. Louis, Missouri, Cincinnati, Ohio, and Louisville, Kentucky, and Springfield, Illinois. We've actually had Springfield, Illinois. Very, really rare to have Springfield, Illinois a lot in these enhanced risks. So we're actually just going to take a very quick look at the summary now. So we're going to have the greatest potential for severe thunderstorms with damaging winds and large hail this afternoon, and evening remains across parts of the Ohio and middle Mississippi valleys. Other more isolated severe storms going to cross the mid-Atlantic into the Carolinas, across parts of the West Texas. So like you saw here, it's going to be scattered here. The worst of it will be in this area right here. So that's why I'm going to be taking a look at this. So that is what we're looking at in the summary. So chances for tornadoes are very low. Only a 2% chance for these areas. A 2% chance of tornadoes near the Invest 91L landfalls. 2% chance for these areas in the western Texas area. 2% chance in this whole area. And 2% chance in these. So you see all these systems across the country. If we go to wind, this is where have damaging wind potential. 30% chance in these areas in the enhanced risk. So that's where we have the biggest chance for high damaging winds and the severe storms. And then the hail potential is we're gonna have a 15% chance. Oops, had to reload. All right, let's go back. So the hail chance will be a 50% chance, a 15, sorry, not 50, in these areas. So it looks like a lot of these areas, like in the Bern, Indiana, Indianapolis, will be in a lot of this, especially the southern Indiana area and the central Illinois area can really have some severe weather. So then we're going to be taking a quick look at tomorrow. So we're going to be taking a quick look at tomorrow. We're just going to be taking a look at the where these areas can be affected by the Invest 91. So population 12 million, the marginal. We're going to have New Orleans, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Mobile, Alabama, and then we're going to have Jackson, Mississippi. And then, so now we do have, in a slight chance, we do have the Houston, Texas area, Corpus Christi, Texas, Laredo, Texas, Pasadena, Texas, and Waco, Texas. So a lot of these areas, including the Houston area and the Corpus Christi, did get really hit bad today. And then the enhanced risk, we do have San Antonio, Texas, Austin, Texas, Round Rock, Texas, Victoria, Texas, and Cedar Park, Texas. So those are the areas that can really have some severe weather tomorrow. So now we're going to be taking a quick look at how much precip we can really get from this storm. We're not going to be taking a look at this really area. We're going to be taking a look right here. Not going to have a lot of rain with these small little bands. They may stick in some areas for like a couple hours, but they're not really going to have a lot of rain with it. The most amount of rain will be in the central West Virginia area that can actually have 1.14 inches. And then the Cleveland area can just get around 0.7 inches. And then many areas in the Illinois area and Indiana won't get more than 0.9 inches or 1 inch. And then, of course, we're going to have all this rain from the Invest 91L. But again, we're going to have a lot of rain showers come through this area, but not really going to have a lot of rain with it to go around. So sorry to those people who really wanted the rain. So now we're going to be taking a look at the storm reports we've actually had today so far, so you guys can see what has happened. And yeah, so far we've only had one tornado report in near the Toledo, Ohio area. That's where we had the only tornado report today so far. I will not expect the numbers to get higher than maybe 7 by the end of today, because we could have some small tornadoes develop in the southern Illinois area, even though there's a 2% chance. Can't underestimate this. We've had 23 hail reports all across the Missouri area to the Kentucky area to actually possibly or all the way into the Wisconsin area, and then we had 92 wind reports in these areas with the severe weather. So again, we're gonna have it more into the Springfield, Illinois area. That's where we had a lot of wind reports there, and it's gonna start moving to the south later tonight. So won't be surprised to see that happen. So so that's what it's looking like. What we had so far today. So now we're gonna be taking a quick look at the Cape numbers, as they aren't super duper high, but they aren't super duper low. So just after the St. Louis area, we actually have 4,700, 4,800. Looks like we do not reach 5,000 yet there. And then to the Columbia, just a couple miles west of the Columbia, Missouri area, we have 4,100. We're going to have a small little band of Cape start to go into that Oklahoma area, but not going to have that much energy with it. And then we go to 11 p.m. tonight. We can actually have some very high Cape numbers just south of just south of Kansas City. We have 4,400 and 4,000. So let's go to tomorrow's, just see if we can have any high Cape numbers with these small little bands. We can see tomorrow we can just have some small little 3,000s there into the Iowa area. And then we go to 5 p.m. tomorrow. We're not going to have that many high numbers just across that St. Louis area. And then all the way 11 p.m. tomorrow, it should be a bit calmer. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this triple day upload. Another reason why I did did do this triple upload because I won't be able to post for like the next around 2 weeks until I get back to Miami. So I wanted to have a grand closing before the trip, and I really hope you guys like this triple day upload. And yeah, see you guys in the next video, and bye.